One. All right, welcome back, everybody. Another episode of Wow, Look at Me Now. Today we have Austen Heidlage. That is how you say your last name, right? Is it Heidlage?
Heidlage.
It's Heidlage.
Yeah.
Okay, see, because I hear it on different videos all the time, so that's why I was going to ask you. It's like, how the hell do you say your name?
Yeah.
So it's Austen Heidlage. He's going to be making his comeback in MMA here coming up on the 27th, right, of April?
Yep, April 27th.
And it's going to be at Three Rivers Throwdown 15. Is that right? I'm not good with Roman numerals, so XD, I think that's 15. But so we're going to get in, and kind of figure out where Austen was from and how he grew up and kind of, how he got into martial arts. And then we'll kind of talk about where he's at now in life and about his fight coming up. So first of all, where were you born and how was growing up for you?
Yeah, so I was born in Carthage, Missouri. Grew up, life was great, country boy, nice, simple, small town, a lot like Holman here, except we didn't have the big cities so close. Grew up good, wrestled in high school, football, baseball, track, just kind of got after it, and it was a good life.
Yeah, so you, Missouri, so you were born in Missouri.
Yep.
You went to high school all the way in Missouri as well?
Yep.
Okay. What was the first, growing up, did you grow up on a farm, you said? What kind of a farm was it? Or?
We had a family farm, yeah,
Okay.
But we didn't live on the farm.
Okay.
The farm was about 15 minutes away. We just lived in a simple ranch-style house.
So growing up, did you work on the farm then?
A little bit, working cattle here and there. Most of my work was mowing yards and stuff like that.
Kind of just like the normal, typical young guy in a small town kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was the first martial art that you found? Do you remember seeing I know we always talk about Bruce Lee. It was the first one we see him doing karate chops on TV and shit. So what was your first martial art that you seen?
I mean, wrestling was kind of what I always did. I started in 3rd grade and just kind of kept on going. I guess that's my martial art to me.
Yeah, definitely. We count that as martial art as well. So
yeah.
we count that here. And especially since we've been doing it for so long, we know how much time and effort it takes to be a wrestler. And it's one of the hardest sports of all time. So it's definitely a top martial arts. Up there with football, lacrosse, all that shit. It's really grueling. So, you said you played. Did you say you played tennis?
No, I did not play.
He looks like a tennis guy, right?
Yeah.
So, how many sports did you play in high school then?
So I played baseball my freshman year, and then I started doing track after that. But football and wrestling were my
Were you a sprinter?
Huh?
Were you a sprinter?
Yeah, for the Fat Man Relay.
Fat Man Relay.
I was a big time thrower.
Yeah, throwing.
Yeah.
Shot put and javelin then.
Shot put and disc. We don't have javelin. in
Okay,
Missouri.
didn't have.
Yep.
Okay, that's what's up.
Too many kids got
Yeah,
stabbed.
too many people died. And
Is that really?
that's really, they said no more.
Yeah, that seems dangerous. That and that pole vaulting seems. Yeah, it's coming back. I don't know why. We're gonna have to fix that. Press this button and then this one.
You might want to speak up just a little bit.
Okay. So, in high school, you played track. Or didn't play track. You played football.
Yeah.
You wrestled. And you did track. Did you make it to state ever in wrestling or anything like that?
Yeah, I made it to state for 3 years in wrestling. I won it my senior year.
You won senior year.
Yep. Big time pinner back then. I had 98 pins in high school.
Jesus. Okay.
Almost got my 100th pin, but
Getting close, right?
Not quite get it. Football was big too. I was a nose guard and center. I got all-state D-line.
So you're just kind of an athlete.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm something.
Kind of a brute here.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to fix that. God damn it! All right, we'll just keep going. Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever you're touching, every time you touch that is what
Yeah.
makes it. So you were really good at football. What about track? Did you make it to anything in track?
No,
or
track was pretty much
that was just kind of your time off and enjoying.
Yeah,
it,
just kind of
staying in shape?
relax and not do stupid things as much.
I don't know what the hell that is. So in college, did you go to college and play any football or anything in college?
I wrestled in college.
Wrestled in college,
I
okay.
wrestled in.
You want to sit forward just a little bit?
Yeah, I wrestled that a little bit in Kansas.
In Kansas,
It was a
okay.
JUCO college, and I came up here and wrestled at UWL for 2 years, and then that's when I started fighting.
Okay, so you placed in judo, right? In the Worlds tournament, is that right?
Yeah, the Police and Fire Worlds.
The police and fire worlds,
Yep.
because I keep telling everybody you got 3rd in worlds in judo. And I didn't know the exact the exact qualifications.
Yep.
Of what you
So
did.
it's Police and Fire Worlds. It's pretty much you got to be a cop, a firefighter, paramedic, something along those lines to qualify, and then you sign up and go. And I beat Azerbaijan and France and I think Portugal, and then I lost to Russia in the finals. So I took second, actually.
Oh, you actually got second?
Yep.
So why the hell they keep telling me third? Now I feel bad.
I don't know.
Second goddamn World of Judo, okay?
Where was it at?
Yeah, where was it held?
This was at Washington, D.C., actually.
In D.C.?
Yep.
Okay. Just a bigger venue, or big, like a venue?
What is it? I can't think of what the college is there.
Oh, it's just a big college. Okay.
Big college there, yep.
Okay, that's awesome.
I heard it's Boston College.
Was it? Not
So
Boston.
did you?
We have all the facts right in this
Yeah.
podcast, so
Yeah. You notice, you can tell we got
Yeah.
second in World of Judo. I'm gonna go back to everyone else's podcast and edit that out.
Brock's gonna yell at us again.
Yeah, Brock was giving us so much shit because we kept getting stats about Tony Martin wrong.
Well, Jesus.
He's got 30 fights. I can't pick them all.
Actually, Tony's old lady was there, because
Oh, Kayla, yep.
she's kind of a big deal in judo. And,
Yeah.
She put the medal around my neck for the tournament there.
Oh, wow,
That was
that's
the first time I
awesome.
ever met her, and
Did she throw you around a little bit?
she did. She doesn't throw me around. We've never got to go. I know she beats up Tony pretty good, but
I hear that.
he won't ever admit that, of course. But there is video proof of that.
Is there?
Yeah.
We'll have to get that from
There's
Brock.
definitely video proof of
We're
that.
gonna get that.
We're gonna have to bring that up.
See, we want to eventually get Tony on at some point too.
Oh,
so we're hoping
Jesus.
him and Kayla on. And
You don't want him on this. This thing is go downhill quick.
Yeah, I've only actually met him a few times, so I hear a lot of funny stories
Oh,
about him and
Jesus.
shit. So you know him pretty well, then.
Yeah, I've stayed at this place a few times when I went up there and trained. And,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, that's awesome. Yeah, he's a really good guy.
Oh, yeah.
So, you said that you did wrestling in college and high school, but
Yep.
where did the judo come from? Did you ever even train in judo, or did you just go out for the tournament?
No, we have a great judo coach here,
Okay.
Sean Horton. He's a second black belt, I believe.
Right, and it's Ironworks Training Center for
Yep.
everybody who's wondering. So.
And he just kind of, it's a natural part of my game. Greco was always big for me. I never really wrestled Greco, but I'm wrestled like a stand-up wrestler.
Yep.
So judo came naturally, and he went out there and had me come with him. He took second as well in his age and, weight and all
Division,
that.
yeah,
And then, he was extremely happy with how I did.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a big step, because was that your first time ever competing in judo?
That was
'Cause
my
you
first-
trained, but you obviously you were trained here, trained off and on
Yeah.
wrestling and stuff. It kind of goes into it, but that was your actual first
That was
competition.
my first competition. I believe I was the only brown belt there, and it wasn't separated by belt. It was your black belt. This is a black belt division. I was
Oh, so
competing
you
with
can
the black
sign up
belts.
as a brown belt.
So yeah, first Sankyu is what I am for judo. So that's first brown.
Okay.
And I was out there competing with all the black belts and tossed them around pretty good.
That's
Kind of a
awesome.
lesson.
A little bit.
Yeah, and I know the first time we got to go was out Snap Fitness, and I just remember you tossing me in the air. You just being so nice to catch me in the air and set me down. And I was like, oh my god, guy could have just murdered me. I tell
When
you,
we were rolling a couple weeks ago, I was just like, I'm ready to get tossed. I didn't want it, but I was just waiting for
Did
it.
it happen?
No,
He
he was nice to me.
Yeah, but that's a big thing too, to hear everybody here talking about you toss them and throw them on their heads. And
Well, there's
you're
some
a
guys
nice
that
guy,
deserve
but-
it. But
Yeah, they
Travis
asked him for it.
deserves it.
I'm pretty nice most of the time.
Yeah,
I
so-
still remember one of the first times I went up to the academy training with Caitlin Young, and she's Caitlin. She's one of the best. And
Yeah, she's a
I
beast.
I toss her and put her down nicely. We just kind of stopped it. She said, "Thank you." Like what? Not burying her, I guess.
Right,
but
right,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah. Well, a lot
you
of
don't want to
times-
hurt your training partners. That's,
Exactly, and it's unfortunate though, because a lot of times those guys that throw are usually the ones that aren't the nicest training partners.
Right.
They're the rough meathead guys who are trying to toss you hard.
Yeah. No, there's definitely times I toss people, but
Yeah.
they have it coming.
But we here, and we'll kind of get into this, is you've had a lot of ups and downs in MMA, but the whole time you've been teaching at this gym, correct? You've kind of been a teacher.
I covered classes when our other main instructors can't do stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, I've been here since it opened, and
So how many years has it been open now?
I believe Ironworks has been open for 8 years now.
8 years. And so did you start training here right away then? Was this your first gym?
This was not my first gym. So I had been training for just over a year when this place opened. My first gym was actually on the south side of La Crosse, 3 Guys MMA, and then I was going up to Team Howell up in Winona.
Oh, okay, yep.
Nick Thompson is actually who got me into MMA and everything, because he was coming into UWL wrestling with us, and
Okay.
that was when he was getting ready for his Askren fight, so he needed guys like me to go with, and just kind of kept at it.
Yeah, so you're basically just a training partner for an MMA guy and kind of just fell into the training part and wanted to do it yourself.
Pretty much.
So how did you get to Minnesota or to the Wisconsin area from Missouri? Did you just come for college, or what was
Yep,
Cheese.
I came up here. Yeah, the cheese is good.
that? He's stuck for the cheese.
They brought me up here on a recruiting trip, and I just kind of stuck around after my first year at JUCO, and Yeah, I've loved it ever since.
Yep. Yeah. And then,
I'm a big hunting, big fishing. And,
yeah, I was gonna say that the hunting and fishing definitely keeps you here. And you actually go back to Missouri for bear hunting though, don't you? Is that where you go back to?
No, bear hunting is actually Sand Lake, Minnesota, where I go for that.
Oh wow, okay, so it's not very far.
Because then you just go down for a fishing trip, though. Is that what it was?
Yeah, I just was down there for a fishing trip.
Okay, that's what it was.
We slayed the crappies. My brother and I together caught over 100 keepers over a few days. So it was good. But no, I go out Colorado, hunt elk and mule deer and turkeys and everything out there. I go all over to kill stuff.
Yeah, I see all over your Facebook is just murdered animals and shit.
It's a beautiful sight.
It's one of those things too that when we talk to you, it's like you can tell you always have camo on. That's your lifestyle. You love being that country boy. So it's good to kind of figure out that you grew up on a farm. So that's where it kind of comes from.
Yep.
So you were here, you're training with Nick Thompson, and then you decided to fight. So how long after you decided, like you were training with Nick, did you decide that you were going to actually do a fight?
Oh, there was no time at all.
You were just jumping in.
It was literally, he started coming in November, I think. I started training MMA in December, and I fought a few months later. It just kind of, there was a show. He's like, hey, you want to fight? And I said, yeah. So
and you seem like the kind of guy you like to compete. That's your thing.
Yeah, I mean, I got to stay busy, and
keep you out of trouble.
Keeps me busy, yeah.
So you won your first bunch of fights, right? Like first 5 or 6 fights in a row?
Yep, so I had 2 amateur fights. Won both of those, didn't get punched even. Then
those poor guys.
Yeah. I think I started off 4-0, then went down to Iowa. That was when I was doing The Ultimate Fighter. Went out to Vegas, did all that crap, and actually turned them down because it wasn't for me. I decided.
Wasn't what you thought it was going to be.
Yeah, so I, little stuff going on, no excuses. I mean, he beat me that fight. He got me in rear naked choke right away, and that was it.
Yep.
But yeah, just been going ever since.
Yeah, and me and Jay especially, we know we never made it as high of a level as you did, obviously, but we definitely know what the ups and downs of MMA are. And, we know how those trials and tribulations can be, but it's great to see that you've always been at the gym and still consistently, even though you had a 2-year layoff, but you've still been at the gym, still kind of, but through injuries and whatnot, and everybody kind of gets those. We train as much as possible, but what I hear a lot from Ironworks is how grueling your goddamn MMA training practices are. That you run some mean
strict
training camps, yeah. That you're out here pushing guys and you're making guys work and get better every day they're here.
A lot of guys definitely hate me when I'm in charge of camps because the camps suck.
Rightfully so, though. That's how it should be.
It just is what it is. You're not happy when you come to practice and leave. You're happy you did it, but it's going to suck while you're there.
Right.
And that's always been my mentality. If I'm not dying and if I'm not getting my ass beat every day, I'm in the wrong place.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how I grew up too, and training with Team Crazy, that's how we were. We were roughnecks, and we wanted to go hard because if you're going to get beat up in the gym, I'd rather get beat up in front of just a couple of my buddies instead of going out there in front of 1,000 people and get my ass kicked, And that's the place I'd rather get beat up is in the gym, so I know what it's like when I get in that cage, and there's no surprise, there's no shocking, there's no nothing. We've been there, we've done everything, and you get really prepared for that way. And we know you have a lot of guys coming up on the MMA scene, and with the 3 Rivers Throwdown, it's a huge show. We were talking about Jay, between Driller and 3 Rivers Throwdown, those are probably the 2 biggest ones in this area of promotions. And, they have great guys coming up, from LFA, RFA, now guys in Bellator and all that. And so it's a great gym that you see those trainings that you put on, like you see the work that you put in, show off in all of your fighters, and not only yourself, but all these other guys. And you see it at all the jiu-jitsu tournaments as well. These guys come in. So Ironworks is definitely a really great place. And every time we've came in, it's been, welcome with with open arms, and everybody's great here. You and John and Ian, everybody's been awesome. So it's great to come here and get to know you a little bit better and kind of be able to promote you. And, and like you said, ups and downs, you've had 2 years off, so it's good to, be able to come out here and show who you are. And we were talking earlier, everybody kind of thinks you're a hard ass. You're kind of kind of a mean guy.
I am.
Because there's one of those things that, when you're not on the mat, you're a normal person. But when you're on the mat, that's that guy. There's no bullshit. We're here to get a job done, and we're here to get better. And you see that, and I've felt that myself. Jace felt that,
I mentioned the story a couple podcasts ago when I was cutting weight for my fight with Joel. I was up over by like 1.5 pounds because they had the early weigh-ins, and you were there pushing me on the fucking treadmill. Like, I hated you at the moment, but when I made weight, I was like, thank God he was there fucking yelling at me, And like, even though I was fighting one of your teammates, you were there to push the fight. Like,
the fight's not right then.
Yeah.
You're not in the cage yet. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's the best thing about you too is you're gonna fight, and if you get in the locked in the cage with you, you're in a lot of trouble. But when you're outside of that cage, you're a great guy, and you're always willing to help people. And I mean, we've always talked and had fun at all the tournaments we've always been to, and we were just actually at the BJJ in the Cage tournament, and we want to kind of jump into your fight again. It's April 27th, Saturday at Three Rivers Throwdown, and that's on Alaska, right? The Omni Center.
Alaska Omni Center.
Okay,
just
which I fought there. Yeah, I fought there before. It's a really
That's
great
actually
venue.
where it all started for me. My very first fight was there.
Really?
Yep. So it was.
It's not gonna be your last one there, is it?
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. So, how has your camp been for this fight? Let's just kind of jump into the fight camp.
Yeah, in the Midwest, when you get to be somebody like me, a little bit of a veteran, especially a bigger guy, it's hard to find great training partners.
Right.
I've been lucky. I have Chad Johnson. He's from DeSoto originally. He was a 4-time All-American up in Augsburg, 1-time runner-up, 2-time national champ for him.
Damn, okay, yeah.
So, he's a big boy. He's 265, 270-ish. He's been coming in and wrestling with me a bunch. So that's been great. I've been getting a few of my old training partners back in and out. But it's been a decent training camp. I can't complain too much.
Right. And especially after a little bit of a layoff, it's definitely good to come back into a camp where you know the guys, you trust the guys, and everybody kind of has the same goal in mind. It's not just a bunch of meatheads beating each other up because they're trying to be the best fighter in the gym.
Right.
And like you said, now you kind of been a vet. It's hard to find training partners, but when you do find those training partners, they're usually guys that are on the same page as you, and you kind of have the same goal. That's good. You have another guy around 265 and you're pushing you around because you don't get very many of those, do you?
Yeah, there's not a lot. I got Doc Joe, our MMA doctor here. He's about the biggest guy I've got in here, and he's a doctor. He's busy.
Yeah,
Plus, he goes on his vacations all the time, so I don't blame him.
No, definitely no. And he, I know he does really well in jiu-jitsu competitions as well. I know he's got second or first in some of the absolutes as well. So it's another big guy to put you in. But it especially someone at your level, your caliber, it's hard to get someone at that high level of a training partner or something. You know what I mean? But what else do you have going on in your training camp? Like, is there like certain days where you do boxing, or do you just do everything all in one day? How did your training camps run?
I don't really do a full MMA practices too much. I just don't have guys that can, I have guys that can grapple and guys that can stand up. Tom Graylock is about the closest guy, and
he's mixed martial arts.
Yeah, and he's great to go with, but he's got a family, he's got a business.
Yeah.
He's a busy guy, so he can't give me the commitment, and I don't blame him. He's a busy guy.
Do you ever travel for any of your training camps or anything like that?
Yeah, I go out to South Dakota and train. I haven't got to go out there this fight camp yet. It's just been so busy. I run my own masonry business, and it's just been swamped. I just got booked up through June now. I was hoping to have some time off this winter and get out there, but winter never slowed down. It's just been go. But my original MMA coach, Luke Sevian, is out there, and then Bruce Hoyer, who I'm under for jiu-jitsu,
yeah, Bruce, very good guy. I know Bruce really well. He actually cornered those South Dakota fights we were just talking about. He's actually the referee for those fights back in the day. Yeah, so I know Bruce really well.
Yeah, so
very good guy.
Get out there, train with those guys. Ryan Deblack, who actually has fought Kalen.
Okay.
He lost to him, but it's good to have somebody like that to train with. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to train with him, but.
You can at least pick his brain a little bit, call him, and kind of see what what the fight was about. And there seems to be quite a bit of video on your guy as well, so I'm sure you got to see him, a little bit.
I mean, I've seen him fight in person. We've trained together a few times.
Oh, okay, so you actually know him as a person?
Yeah, I know him. Okay. It's going to be a good fight, I can tell you that for sure.
Yeah, definitely, and everything I've heard about it is it's going to be a good fight. And that was kind of the next question, is what you know about your opponent. So basically, you know everything about this guy. You train with him, you've seen his fights. I mean, you know basically a lot about him.
No all the dark secrets.
I definitely don't know everything about him. I know I know who he is. I know he trains hard.
His fighting style. You know he's going to fight. Now he's going to come.
Yeah, I know what he does. For the most part, I know he has the same problems as I do, finding good training partners.
Yeah,
that's just part of it when you're a big guy. But I know he's going to come ready to go. So
yeah, definitely.
Be there.
And some of his fights are, they've been on LFA and stuff like that and stuff. So, but I've seen some of his opponents, and I definitely think that this is going to be a good test for both of you guys, and it's definitely going to be a big push. So for your fight camp and all that stuff, like, who do you have to thank that goes behind you, like your sponsors and stuff like that? Do you have sponsors or anything?
Yep,
like that?
I've got all kinds of sponsors. Ryan Johnson, he owns Be a Burrito, Howie's. He no longer owns Be a Burrito. He sold that, but I still eat there.
Yeah.
He owns Howie's, Old Crow Stateroom, and then Animal House are all great bars downtown.
Oh, wow.
got James over at Features where our after fight parties is going to be at.
Okay.
I've got Dave at Rolling Thunder. I've got Mitch, he's got a great insurance company.
Okay.
And then Jason Sater, who actually I'm wearing right now. One of the best builders in the area.
Okay.
Does some really nice houses. I do a lot of work for him as well.
He worked out of La Crosse then? And most of these are out of Alaska, or is it La Crosse?
Most of them are out of La Crosse,
La Crosse.
Holman, Alaska.
Okay.
But it's all, one big strip.
Yeah,
right
they're all
here.
right in the big
Yep.
same area. So yeah, so if you're in this area, definitely check them out. Get a hold of Austin if you have anything. I know you have your own business as well, but
Yep.
you're pretty goddamn swamped, like you said. So where can we find you personally? I know that you do mostly Facebook is where you're kind of
Yep.
at, and like you said, that you had some of the promotions made you make. You do have a
I'm on Instagram,
And
I'm on
Instagram.
Twitter, but I don't really use them too
and
much.
I'm guessing you're both at CORNDOG MMA. I know
Don't DM
Instagram
them.
is- Yeah, I know.
They're probably the same thing.
That's
don't
what
remember.
I would think they would be. And there's not many guys named CORNDOG who
No.
fight, so I think it's
If you
CORNDOG
can, if
MMA
you can
on
remember
Instagram for
Austin
sure.
CORNDOG, you're probably going to find me, or
Yeah,
CORNDOG
yeah.
MMA. It's not going to be too hard.
For
So I got a
sure.
big question. Where did CORNDOG come from? That's got to be known.
That was the
Well,
next
you
one.
want me to show you?
Okay, maybe not.
Okay.
Maybe the old Portland Frank.
Scratch that question.
No, we so back when I first started training, we'd go up to Winona, and there was a gas station across the street. Everybody would be, nice, healthy, getting fruit, Gatorade, and my fat ass would be getting corn dogs and Slurpees and gummy bears. Well, gummy bear wasn't really good, and Slurpee just doesn't make sense. So
Well,
I'm the
CORNDOG
corn
it is.
dogs.
CORNDOG it is.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
You can thank Nick fucking Thompson for that.
That's
So,
the
yeah,
goat.
the goat. Yeah.
He's got a great. fucking
Anybody that
nickname,
knows
too.
him understands and just shakes their head. Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's a good guy too, and he had a really good career as
Oh,
well
yeah.
in MMA. So that's cool that you jumped in with a veteran right away.
Yeah.
He's kind of talked you into it. So you definitely had a good like lead into the sport.
Oh yeah, he was great right away. We were training down there with Chris Lytle in Illinois, and going up to the academy when everybody was still there. And
Yeah, when it was actually the academy,
Yeah.
when that name,
Yeah.
and not that it doesn't really mean anything now, but
no,
the MMA
it's still a
community, it
great
meant
place,
lot.
but it's just they've lost a lot of their big name guys.
Yeah,
It's just
you know,
every Midwest gym has.
in the heyday of MMAs, when it was really coming up, that was when you could really call it like it's the same with Militage.
Yeah.
Militage is probably still around, but nobody really knows Militage as as much as
No, your regular fans don't,
yeah.
but
Exactly.
anybody that knows anything does.
Yeah, and we were like, where the hell? Where did all these guys going? Like, where did they go?
Everybody
Everybody
goes
moved
somewhere
out
to
west.
camps.
Yeah, definitely.
In this day of age, there's not many guys that stay around and do it. In the smaller gyms, Tim Johnson's the only one I can really think of off the top of my head. He's a beast of a heavyweight, but you don't have the training partners.
Right, he's had his slumps too. Or
Yeah.
It's probably because of that same reason, like you said,
Yeah.
that the heavyweight, it's hard to. And I mean, and the thing I've always said about heavyweights too is there's two kinds of heavyweights. There's a good heavyweight and there's a shitty heavyweight. There's no real in between.
There's not a lot in
there's
between.
There's not a lot of mediocre heavyweights.
No.
You're either shit or you're really good. And the really good ones are really hard to find. You find
Yeah.
a lot of shit guys to throw with you could beat up, but that's not going to give you good quality training like
Right.
you want.
Yeah, like I said, it's just become, if you want to do something, you kind of got to take off and move somewhere. And I've never been really one of those guys that wanted to make this a career.
You found home here, so why mess that up?
This is my home. This is what I do.
And fighting for you has always just been kind of something that you enjoy and you're good at. And
Yeah.
your body's still holding up, so you're still doing it.
Yep, it's been more than just a hobby, but it's something that I, wasn't really too concerned of what would happen.
Right? You knew that you had your job before
Yeah.
out of that, and you built your own business and stuff like that. So this is just your way to play and have fun
Oh, yeah.
and still use your body while you're young.
While I'm young,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're getting old. We're getting old.
Fuck.
How old are you now?
I turned 30 in November.
30 in November.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
okay.
I haven't hit 30 yet.
No, that's what I mean. You still got probably another 5 years. I got another 7. When we start falling apart, then
Yeah.
everything starts.
If I'm
falling.
alive at 35, we'll call it a good life.
Yeah, we'll call it good. So again, you can find you on Facebook, and we will just to promote your new business. What is your page called that you have for your business? And I know again you are super swamped up, so it's going to take a while for if anybody does hear this to get to him or for him to get to you. But what is a good?
Yeah, it's Heidlage Contracting. It's not actually a new business. I've been doing it for 7 or 8 years now.
Okay.
I just never put anything out there on Facebook really because I've never had issues finding work. I'm still not having issues finding work. But we have Nikki, who's actually fighting on our show here, who specializes in stuff like that and advertising. And
Oh, okay. So she's
she's been hounding me saying, you better do this. So Well, I guess I better do it.
Finally listen.
We've been hounding our sponsor as well to get on it and start doing shit with his stuff too. I've been like, just send me pictures. I'll run your page. Just let me And I'm sure she's running your page for you too. Then and
she's not.
okay, you're actually doing it.
Well,
you have a lot of good work on there that I see in a lot of those pictures and stuff on there.
It's not work to me anymore. It's something I enjoy doing. I love working for myself. I've never been too great taking orders, if you can imagine.
We know how that goes.
I do it, but I don't always enjoy it.
Right.
With this, I always enjoy it, and it's just great working for yourself.
Definitely, and on top of that, again, when you come in and train and stuff like that, you don't have to worry about any of that shit.
Right.
You're already taken care of. You put in all that work and everything, so now you get come here and you get to have fun and let loose and don't have to worry about any of that shit. So you train at and teach, or you coach basically the MMA classes here, the camps, and then otherwise you're kind of training and picking up the slack when it needs to be.
Yeah,
you do have like Ammerman, fights and shit like that.
Oh yeah,
and John and there's always guys doing competitions and stuff like that.
Yeah, so. We have John and Ian are our jiu-jitsu instructors here. We have Nick Johnson, who is our boxing coach, and Danny Moe with him as well. Nick Ammerman runs fight camps mostly. And then Shay runs our Muay Thai classes. I pretty much fill in for all those when it's needed. When I'm not fighting, I'll run the MMA practices. But with me having to fight, I get a little selfish.
This is your time.
This is my time, so I haven't been doing a lot with the team training. Most of my stuff is on my own with my guys, just because we don't have a lot of big guys fighting.
Yeah, it's hard. You got a lot of 45, 55 guys here.
Yeah, we got a lot of those little fairy dusters running around here. Jesus,
damn, man.
Step everywhere and you're gonna squish one of them. But yeah, so it is a little bit of a safety thing too. You get some big guys out there going, and you need some mat space.
Definitely.
We have 11 people fighting, and we have twice as many in here training.
Jesus, that's wild.
So even with 2 full wrestling mats and a full cage and full boxing ring, you still run out of space.
Yeah, definitely. And again, it's a testament to the gym and to your trainers and all that stuff. And every time we came here, Jay's been here a bunch of times lately. I've been here a couple times too. And again, it's always been awesome and always fun rolls. And we get to come for Fridays where you just do open mats and we just kind of roll up until we have class. So it's been so much fun. And we can't. I appreciate it so much. I know Jay does too, because again, we don't have a lot of fighters at our gym.
Right.
And so we do have a lot of fairy dusters here that are right around Jay's weight for for him to come work out with. So it's great that we can come here and work out with you guys. And Dan did teach here for a little while too, so it's good that we kind of have that connection with us.
Dan is an amazing instructor. Wish he was still here. It's awesome what him and Ting are doing over there.
You can't have him back.
You gotta just, it sucks, man. It's only an hour away though. You gotta start making it down there.
I know.
We got
I don't go anywhere.
Crash and man, you can come down.
I've slept at Ting's place before. I'm not doing that shit.
I got it better. I got at least a pull-out couch. I don't know.
Oh no, he had a bed, but they were partying and loud and not having it.
Oh, that was back when he was with his buddies, probably still living.
Yeah, he wasn't with that woman that he's drunk or something. Nice. I don't know how he got her, but
it's that talking skill, man.
Yeah. You could sell it.
So again, you can find Austen. I mean, if you're looking to train, you want to start MMA, you want to start boxing, you guys do kickboxing, Muay Thai, you guys do all kinds of stuff here.
Yeah, we run everything out
so
here.
if you're in the Onalaska La Crosse, Holman area, definitely check out Ironworks Training Center. Get a hold of Austen on his Facebook. He might not get a hold of you because he's probably working or he's beating people up.
I respond to everybody.
You try to get back to everybody?
I get back to everybody.
Damn, see, there you go. And it's hard too because you're saying
I might get back to you and say, listen, I don't have time or I'm not interested, but I'll get back to you for anything.
That's awesome. And again, we appreciate you taking your time and coming out. And again, your sponsors, you have a million of them. So if you just want to send me someone, we'll push them out on our page too so you don't have to say them out again. And I'm sure you got some logos for them, so we'll do it. We'll just put all the logos out for you.
That sounds great to
me.
me.
We'll do that with our post. And a big thing is you can find our podcast on Podbean now. It's our audio podcast. I'll have the link for it. Otherwise, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And again, thanks to our sponsor, Justin Cobalt of Precision Detailing. You can find him on. Are we good? You can find him on Facebook at Precision Detailing LLC. And again, Austen, we appreciate you taking your time. I know you got to get going home.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Today, so we really appreciate your time, and we'll catch you guys back next time. All right, thank you.